Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're finally going to be doing some long-form content in the form of Track of the Day. It's been quite some time since really any long-form content I feel, and really myself even playing Track of the Days, it's been quite a while. Like, I don't think I've played since really mid-June, I think. Yeah, I think 18th of June was really the last time I kind of played. All these other random tracks you see are just from track review, and really there's only like 4 of them throughout there. So yeah, very long time since I've really played a track of the day. Really haven't been in the mood to do so. But you know, hopefully today starts a new trend of, you know, me getting back into it and just getting back into, you know, long form content in general. So yeah, let's jump into today's track of the day and see what we got here. Apparently, what we get is a black screen. That is certainly a first. I'm not sure I've ever seen this game just load into a black screen. So I'll try to figure out what's going on here, and then we'll cut right back. All right, we are finally back. It's been quite a few minutes here, maybe 5 minutes or so. Tried to load a mod and then failed, so it is what it is. Let's jump in without the mod. All right, we got Monochrome Monolith by Votisk. We got tech. Okay, and there's plastic as well. Dirt, gonna be like a full mix track maybe. Certainly looks like it with grass coming up here. Dirt outside line. A little bit of drift action. More plastic. That looked a little sketchy there on the sausage. More outside dirt. And then sort of a jump into the finish there. All right. Let's see what we can do. It's quite a tight turn there. I need to definitely enter that wider and then go more inside. Need to warm up a little bit. No doubt. Okay, that is still kind of sketchy. Could have been a worse first run, I suppose. I didn't enter wide again. I get a bad gear, just have to eat it. Not sure about that part there. Okay, much cleaner that time around. Okay, maybe you don't want to go outside there. That seemed like I had way too much speed to make that turn. Even that seemed like I had too much speed. Just gonna turn harder initially, I guess. Can't really salvage that. Not the greatest checkpoint placement there, in my opinion. Man, I guess I just gotta turn much harder there. This seems like it'd be very scary with higher speed. Still don't get the sausage either. Seems like you get that little air time every single time. Kind of awkward. Okay. I don't remember if you need to drift that, but I keep doing it. Let's watch the GPS again. Yeah, they go higher there. I don't know if that's the right way to do that. They don't go outside there. They go much further inside there, but I don't think that's what you want because you can get so much more speed through this section. That sausage part is, something. You might be able to go, like, full left on it. Not sure. Surprised I didn't drop the gear there. Yeah, some of these turns I'm a little confused about. Nope. I'm just so fast here. I almost feel like I need to like pre-drift that corner in order to make that properly. Otherwise I have too much speed and then I just go into the upper wall. Finding that turn to be a little difficult to judge how quickly I get to the bottom of that plastic. No. This exit here is really bad. I think that's by far the worst part of the track right now. There's just no way to keep grip there. I feel like I almost need to switch cams there. Just cannot get a good read. And does it change from plastic to road at the very end? Like, I feel like I'm getting like instant grip right at the bottom. But no, it's all plastic. But it feels like in this like last square here, it feels like it just like snaps into like massive amount of grip. How could I not make that? Really? This is so bad. Man, even releasing there. Getting the hang of it. Still a little sketchy in a couple parts here. I definitely took the sausage wrong, but I did it on purpose because I'm just afraid that I'm just gonna jump, lose grip, and then slide there into a wall. I know the GPS jumps way inside here. Maybe it just... My only reason thinking they did that is because you do end up with so much speed if you take a different line. That inside line forces you to turn much harder and bleed that speed. So that's like the only way you can kind of take it, unless you do a drift at the very end or release. Feels like you almost have to take that line. I don't know, I don't think it's a very good turn either. It seems like the start you can go for that high line, or if you go for this very far inside line, seems kind of a wash. I'm surprised I made that, but bad exits. We should be able to get the AT here by the end of this video. We need another 0.9. Very doable. Our drifts are pretty bad. Our sausage part midway through is really bad. So yeah, that's what I was afraid of happening on my previous run. You lose the grip and then slide down into that wall. It's like the more speed you have out the first drift as well, you're just in a bad spot. So you have to turn so hard then on the plastic to get the exit. Try to go like super far left here, but now you still slide. This is just not a good transition. It's not really a transition, but kind of is. Just not good. Let me watch a world record. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a no slide here or something in one of the dirt parts. See, they do go for that inside line. Much more inside on this drift. Okay. Going way too wide. They jump wider on the grass. More inside on that drift as well. Even the sausage there, bad. Okay, so I'm not really missing much. Couple more inside lines on the drifts. Let me take a look at this. The ghost is there. I'm just trying to see how far I'm behind. Like, I feel like I lost a lot of time even if I'm on that inside line. Yeah, I gotta go higher up and then... No, that's just too much airtime. This is too inside. Bad drift. I mean, getting that outside end is like just 1/10, even if I just get it somewhat. Way too wide there. Still going too wide on this drift. Still made that. That's terrible. Okay. Gonna be a lot of speed. Nope. Bad line here. Can't really get a great recovery. Well, it's going to be a PB, but a small one. Or I almost blew it by jumping too high at the end, but... Damn it. I need to jump a little bit more inside here. I've been taking it way too wide. Hoping a little bit of the snow there isn't the worst. Slow us down a little bit to make sure we make an absolute horrible turn on the dirt. So the start here, I was still jumping too high on the left. You just want to get a super low jump inside. And then drift terribly. I feel like I need to get more speed here somehow, but I don't know any way to do it. Okay. Just worried about having too much speed here and then tipping over. I kind of just got to send it. It's so bad. Like when your GPS has a really bad line during a section, you should be able to see that that's just not a good part. Wall. What? I touched there? Oh, you're kidding me. Pretty bad at the end there, but... Right now we're saving about 3, maybe 4 tenths with a clean run. At least our cleanest attempt so far. Too wide here. I hesitated. I just got to commit there. I'd say for the first time playing a track of the day in 4 months, I'm not doing too terribly. I feel like I'm just hesitating on that dirt turn too much. I feel like I'm able to, like, get into it a little bit later, so I kind of release the steering and start steering again, like, every single time. Then I just end up being late. Too wide here. Trying to get this, like, high on the dirt there, but it's been throwing me off a little bit. Hesitated. Make it! Man, how am I not making that? Finally a PB, not a great one though. Our start was also fast, but very weird. I don't know how I made it through like anything here. Two inside. Oh, that was such a good start, too. That was a slow exit from the dirt, really? I thought I hit it pretty well. But apparently it was even slower than my last PB, which was slower than the previous PB. Way too wide. We'll have a lot of speed here. Turn too late. If I could have kept more grip on that. Not gonna be able to make that. Bad turn. Should have more exit speed here, though. This is going to be a slow. Oh, we did catch the outside at the very end, which pushed us, but... I don't know how they get that inside drift on that one there. I just feel like there's just not enough room to execute that. Might be a different world record now, though. Oh, if you can get away with that, a little bit of a wall ride there without a slowdown, you would get so much speed here. That was bad. Not that the speed would be all that useful for very long, but it still gets you a decent chunk of time. Two inside, yep. If you get that little bump there, you're two inside, and you're just screwed. You have to just narrowly avoid it, but it's hard to really even see where that, you know, where that line is. So there's no great visual indication of where that bump actually comes out to. How am I going so wide there? Ah, see, I just barely got it there. No, just barely hit it again, man. Yeah. The track is okay. It's not my favorite. There's just too many parts on it where it's like, you need a perfect line to make it feel good. Or that one sausage part is also just not good in general. Like, the entrance to that outside dirt line, it just feels like you need the perfect setup in order to hit it. Just getting late grip there. Like, I'm not getting whatever I need to get that early acceleration. So I keep being behind there no matter what. No. Yeah, I don't like this turn. I also just very much don't like that checkpoint placement either. Am I slower there like every time? I don't get it. No. I just don't get this part at all. It's killing me. The entrance is just so specific. And then your exit from the grass is always not the same. Sometimes you're sliding, sometimes you're not. So it's just so hard to get a reliable setup for this turn. All right, let's take a look at the world record again. That was weird. Why did it transition like that? Did they change this? They might have changed this plugin. Well, yeah, because this is not even working now. What is happening? Something ain't right. Now Lingo, okay, Lingo's going high now. I don't think it makes that much difference, to be honest. Start, I don't think I can do much difference. They go very far inside, even get airtime there. They don't even really take the outside. That's still just, it's really bad there. They're not even really going for these outside lines. Okay. I mean, maybe that's where I'm just going wrong. I'm not supposed to take fully outside. Like, what does the GPS do? Is GPS going full outside? Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. Does this work here? It does. Wait, was it just showing me the GPS? I think, let me reload. Maybe this is just something's broken here. Well, lovely. Well, we'll cut and come back when the black screen is over with, yet again. All right. See if this works. Okay, it is working this time. Lovely. So, inside line on the first jump. Doing that correct. Inside drift. No slide at the very end. I'm not going for that. They're going for like mid outside line. Wow, they actually kept decent grip there. Lucky them. And full outside. Okay, so whatever was going on before, I don't know why it kept showing me the GPS instead of the record. That was weird. Two inside, yeah, tiny bump. And you lose so much from that. Just need a tiny bit extra time here. Tiny bit. 100th on every turn. Bad setup there. We got a lot of speed, but barely touch. Man, that would have been crazy fast. Not expecting it to push me that far over to the left, but then I'm also expecting a little pushback when I get to the left, but it's just not happening. Bad start. Let's see if we can do something here. No. Not even sure what happened there. Don't like that line very much. We are slower here, can keep full grip, but yeah. I lost a lot in that middle part. Yeah, I feel like I can gain all my time just with a better drift. That's pretty much it. Well, at least we finally got a clean run in. I feel like it's been a while. That was terrible. Gonna PB by a small amount. 4,000. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's annoying. Bad last turn. Really cost us there. But hey, a mod loaded. Only took an hour. There's like no way to really salvage that outside line if you're off. Like even braking or releasing there doesn't do much with how sharp that exit is. And our start was really good before. Nice lag. And right at the X of that dirt, too. Now the track just feels too dark with this mod. Good start. Nope, and there's not enough inside line there, you're just automatically fucked. You literally cannot turn fast enough there if you don't get an inside line. Oh man, I got such early grip there. Was not ready for it. No way I can make that. Okay. I mean, we're so close to getting this. It's just a matter of getting a single run. But I'll say I did like the look of the map better without the mod. Felt like it was just easier to see. Okay, finally got it. Not too shabby. I wish I could give this track a neutral, but I'm gonna have to give that a thumbs down. Normally I don't rate, but hey, maybe in these videos we can rate it like that. Yeah, not the hugest fan of this one. Once the mod loaded, I do think it took a little bit away from the track. Wasn't a huge fan of the mod. Made it a little bit darker and honestly a little bit harder to see. Really, two main contributing factors to me not really liking this track all that much. This turn into this outside line, it felt like you needed such a specific line to hit it. It was just not enjoyable to hunt that. And the sausage over here, this exit onto the sausage is just bad. There's no other way to say it. It's just bad. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I enjoyed the rest of the turns. I thought they were pretty nice, but I think those two turns in general really turned me off from this one. So for my rating, I'd give this one a neutral. Not terrible, not great, kind of just right in the middle. But we got the AT, ended up at 106 at the end of the video. Took a little while longer than I wanted to get that as well, but hey, like I said, I haven't played a track of the day since mid-June, so it's been a while. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video today. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe to let me know, you might want to see more of this in the future. I probably will still record more of these in the future. Like I said earlier, I want to get back into playing the track of the days again, and maybe start up the My Journey videos as well. That would be nice to get, just everything moving again. I know it's been a while, haven't done campaign videos, haven't done My Journey videos, haven't really done much at all in terms of long-form content, and I do want to get back into that. So again, thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.